am the melanin man. Look at me and you'll understand. I am the melanin man. I come from the melanin land. I absorb the light. I am the darkness.
Good evening, my beautiful African brothers and sisters, and welcome to the taping of this show that has to do with red, black, and green. I intend to explain to our listening audience and those here in the studios why you should have a red, black, and green flag in your home, on your business, or certainly you ought to have it in your heart and mind and understand why it's there. If I would explain to you, if you go to 79th and Cottage Grove, where a white corporation has taken over a black bank, they understand the need to fly the red, black, and green flag. Has there been anybody there and noticed that? That they have the red, black, and green flag flying at Shore Bank, South Shore Bank, what used to be Independence Bank. They fly the red, black, and green because they understand. I go around many brothers and sisters and they are still flying the red, white, and blue. If you go to 86 and Lafayette, where Johnson Products used to be, they still fly the red, black, and green. And the reason they fly it is they want you to believe that it's still a black company. Understand that you can't have a black company if it's white money. White people have bought Johnson Products, which makes all manner of hair care products and all manner of beauty products, especially for black women. It was started by George Johnson, and now it's in the hands of white people. And white people understand about the red, black, and green. But an awful lot of black people, I don't know why you have all that old black, green, and green stuff. You see, as I say, Shore Bank, which is owned by the Shore Corporation, which is an international financial group. They understand it. They got billions of dollars. Black people on jobs don't understand it. Well, I'm going to try to put some light on it and make my listening audience and viewing audience out there in the viewing world understand it, because as I always do when I'm talking on this program, that I'm talking to African brothers and sisters. I know that the overwhelming audience of this station is white, but I'm not talking to them. They are quite welcome to listen, but I'm not talking to them. I'm talking to black brothers and sisters, because black brothers and sisters seem to have a problem with dealing with their Africanness. They really want to be European. Most black people who send their children to school, what they really want the school to do is return to them some person who is more European than they are African. And that's because the host society in this country and the ruling class of white people worldwide have taken the time to teach black people how they can be better servants. Now, I never want anybody to listen to me and think that I'm telling them not to go to school. What I am trying to tell them is that the school was designed, public education, private education, the colleges and the universities. The curriculum is designed to make you a better slave, make you able to get a better job. But the end result of all your labor is to make rich white people richer and your ghetto living poor. No matter that you might live in Country Club Hills, where you have what we call the mink land ghetto, you know, where you got 2 inches of grass around your house that you can almost cut with scissors, but you're talking about your estate. And the Vanderbilts have an estate where they have 34 miles of paved roads in 220,000 acres with one house on it. But the house has got 250 rooms. That's home ownership. I live in a house that I own, you know, but they don't count that anywhere. What they count is whether you understand, if you know something that will help your people. You see, black people know a lot of things, but the end result of what they know makes it better for white people. And then they make statements that make you know that they don't really understand why. I can't understand why all these youngsters are selling all these drugs and sticking up. And, you know, back in the old days, they didn't do things like that. They just went to church. And they did all those kind of things that we was trying to teach them. And now I don't understand them. Well, let me tell you something. It's absolutely, positively nothing wrong with young black men, young black women, young black boys, young black girls. Nothing wrong with them. But there is something wrong with their parents, their uncles and aunts, the minister, the politician. There's much wrong with them. And it is because so much is wrong with them that the young people are in the shape they're in. But it's a cop-out to be able to say, shoot, if they was like me, they wouldn't be doing that. If they was like you, they would be what Martin Luther King turned you into, a coward. Willing to send your woman, your wife, downtown and let white folks shoot water hoses on them or beat them across the head or chase them up and down the street. You know, Jose Williams, I always laugh, and I know him personally and I've talked to him since the incident, that I told him, they beat that raincoat to death as you was going across that bridge. And you talking about you are a leader, you are trying to teach black people something. Well, you can't tell me nothing if you would let white folks beat you until you rope like okra, and then you tell me that you was involved in a revolution. I admit it was revolting, different connotation, believe me. But there was nothing in it that had anything to do with a revolution.